Let us begin. Sega GT 2002. Now loading. So we got to purchase a car to begin with. We've got 13 grand. 13 grand's a lot of money for a car. See, look, even my own car that I drive is out of budget because it was still relatively new. It was like a new car when this game came out. Meanwhile, when I bought it, it was already really old. We could go for a Fiat. You know, a Fiat Punto. There we go. Imagine that. The stereotypical teenager car of the early 2000s, the bloody Fiat Punto. It is the in-betweeners car. It's awful. Got 1.8 litre engine because it's a sport version, but that's okay. That's one of our cars. There might be a low-end Audi. I mean, we've got 12.5 grand. You know. Yeah, that's a no-go on anything like that. Peugeots are horrible though. You know, the only people I know with Peugeots, they don't work. We could go for a 206. I actually know someone with that car. It's horrible. It's broken. I refuse to buy a Peugeot, don't worry, Thomas. A Toyota might be nice, something like that. Oh, yes. I think we're going to go for the Celica. We got the Celica. Now we can get some modifications, because, you know, this game's got, like, you know how, like, racing games didn't really allow modifications before this. This game is really unique in how it's all done. So let's go to the used parts shop, because they've got a used parts shop in this. No, brakes, we don't need brakes with what we're doing. Muffler. That's an extra, what, a 9 horsepower? There we go, we spent all our money getting 9 extra horsepower. Playing through as, I don't know, we need a name. What name was it I chose? Richie. We're playing through as Richie Sambora, the Bon Jovi guitarist, and his life as a Celica race driver in the early 2000s. We're gonna go for a race. I don't think we've got the best car here. We've got a relatively, there we go. Okay, we're pulling ahead. We're going forward. Do we need a backstory? Does anyone want a backstory? You know, like how we've got George Michael in the Mountain Blade streams. Does anyone want a Richie Sambora backstory of how he ended up in this racing position? Because I know that sort of a lot of you guys appreciate the storytelling I go for in my streams and just how much that speaks to people. Okay, people want a backstory. So what should we go for? I'm trying to think. Richie Sambora, Bon Jovi's guitarist of the early 80s, in an alternative universe where after Slippery When Wet was released, he realised he was capable of so much more than just being a guitarist, and instead released his solo album 2 years earlier, preceding the fourth Bon Jovi album. Because of this, he was able to use his career's earnings to get his way into the racing world. But from here, he became bankrupt, spending all his money on cocaine and other assorted drugs. Because of this, it meant that he had to resort to selling all his property, using all he had left to buy a car. The car in question? A Celica 1600 GT. Is that a good enough backstory for everyone? Because that's good enough by my standards. We can try and get like some nice pictures and then we can hang them up in our garage. We won first place. Look at our trophy. That's going up in the garage. It was Richie Sambora, who's just recovering from his drug addiction and is now a racing mastermind. Okay, we're taking it on the inside because these guys don't know how to race like us. Alright, this is where it's going to be tricky because we don't really want to... Okay, there we go. We don't really want to damage them because we get paid. Oh, we've already damaged. Sod it. We are not doing very well. Richie Sambora, he is not in the saddle. He is not feeling good about this race. It's going poorly. This car handles horribly. Yeah, this may have been a bad decision because it feels like I'm handling a marshmallow. Ah, here we go. Alright, we're still losing. Right, not a good race for us. 6th. Yes, we made 250. We made 100. We made £100. See, the main goal is just to fund Richie Sambora's drug addiction. We can fund that with 100 big ones. The Punto. That Punto driver, he's something else. That's David Bowie back there in his car. See, we're both in this racing career because we just need our cocaine. So Richie Sambora, he's coming round. And we've gone into the wall. We've gone into the wall a couple of times, but that was accidental. In fact, that wasn't accidental. I'm going to say that was on purpose. And anyone that tells you it wasn't is a liar. He's overtaken me, but that was all part of our plan. Because look, he's going to have to slow down here anyway. But that's where we're going to go for a drift. Oh yes, the drift didn't work. So you can't T-bone Puntos in this game as well as you could in like the Forza games, which is one thing that Forza had going for it. No, we're actually through the eyes of Richie Sambora. I've been using the handbrake this entire time. I didn't realise there was another brake. Richie Sambora, he's back in the saddle. Don't care what type of car you are, as long as we beat the bloody Punto driver. Oh, is that another Punto driver? There's another one. No, he's not a Punto, that's a Peugeot. It's even worse. Oh, we came third. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. We did well. 500 big ones. 256 big ones. All I'm saying is, we've actually learnt where the brake pedal is. Richie's never used one before. He's always used the handbrake. So it's a bit difficult for him to adapt. So it's only now that he's beginning to realise, hang on a tick, maybe I should use the foot brake. Which is exactly why we're going to mix things up a bit. Richie can use whatever part of the map he wants, because he doesn't stick to the rules. He's never stuck to the rules. Pretty sure he's actually listening to a cassette tape in his Celica as he races, you know? He's going to try and cut us off again, but he's not, because we're going on the gravel. He did it! He cut us off! I told you he would! He even went into the side of us! But this game does not have T-bone physics. We can't T-bone him. Oh, look! What's he playing at? If this had refs, it wouldn't be fair. Oh, no. You get out the... Swat. Oh, he's gone into the back of us. There we go. That's how you deal with things. We're coming second, boys. Richie does it again. I'm proud of that. I'll be honest, I'm very proud of that. I think we're going for, you know, pretty hard suspension. Like, you know, this car has a lot of steering problems as it is. We need a turbo. Our goal is to get a turbo in this car. The license test. This is to get our driving license. Richie Sambora is he's gonna be freaking it out. He's never had a driving license before, and now he's got to drive through the streets of what would appear to be knockoff Italy in a Peugeot of all things. We lost points for spit. Is this like a real driving test? Because I know in my driving test I wasn't allowed to do any handbrake turn. Buongiorno, people of Italy. I've got some good stories about this. I was walking around with my mate, and this man comes out and says, "Come eat in my restaurant. I've got air conditioning." And we're just like, "Oh, that sounds pretty nice." You know, it's like the European heat wave. And this other man comes out, and he's just like, "You know it at his restaurant. He homosexual pedophile." And then a load of more stuff about insulting this guy. And then we're just like, well, what if he makes a valid point? And then we end up eating at the guy's restaurant who came out and started shouting at the other dude. And it was really nice. We had some pizzas, which is sort of, you know, a very Italian thing to do, but it was very nice. 3, 2, 1 second! Look! We were 0.6 seconds from getting our license! This game, they don't make it easy, do they? Richie Sambora, third attempt for his license. His parents will not give him any more money for this license. They are relying purely on him doing it right this time. 5, 4, 3... Oh, that was close, fellas. I couldn't even speak there for a second. Richie is finally allowed to drive legally. These are no longer street races. They just seem like street races. Okay, well, these are the official races. What are the event races? I'd like to try them. We should try an event race. Richie can get up there just like, I don't know, like I'm trying to quote things he says in his concerts, but all that's coming to my head is "Hey Denver, we're gonna be playing some Richie Sambora stuff, some Bon Jovi stuff, some other stuff." And then he starts playing music. $6,000! $6,000! It's no one seeing 6,000! This is where we shine. They are not as quick as the Celica. Of course it's the Peugeot again. I am not keen on that driver, I will be honest. I think the dude driving it should learn how to give respect to other motorists, and I think he should also be educated on how to buy a proper vehicle. That's right, I'm coming over your side of the road. Do not even think about touching me. There's a reason there's skid marks on here, because you're going to be leaving skids when I'm done with you, in a normal way. $6,000. I'm surprised. How many people know who Richie Sambora is? We just won 9,000. We'll get a racing muffler as well. Oh shit, our new muffler just broke. I think it might be best we buy a new muffler, because I think the old one, the perks it had is that it works. Issues with the new one? Doesn't work. You know, we've already established he's already racing for his drug addiction. And we've still got the broken muffler. Yep. We'll fit our old muffler. Oh, no. Oh, wait. The damage meter means nothing. Wow, that was an expensive repair. It's been fun. I've enjoyed this. It's been nice. We will have to stream more regularly. Mountain Blade stream, please. We will definitely stream some Mountain Blade later. We've rounded off the chronicles of... we could always stream some Jet Set Radio Future, you know. That's always an option. You know, this is nostalgic just opening this up for me because of this disc. I will catch you guys later on. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.